everybody, I'm Steph.
I'm Michael.
And today we're checking out Fractured Sky.
From IV Studio. This game plays 1 to 5 players and has a box play time of 40 to 90 minutes. Now, with 1 or 2 players, you're going to have 2 or 1 AI players respectively. So, keep that in mind if you generally play solo or with 2 players. So, thanks to IV Studios for providing us this. Is this deluxe edition?
It is the painted edition because it's all colorful minis.
Yes, they actually had a specific name for it, and I cannot find it right off the top of my head, but this is the deluxe edition of Fractured Sky. So thanks to them for providing that to us, but they didn't give it to us in exchange for this video. They gave it to us because they know we like to play all the games. So let's go and take a look at this top-notch production, as IV Studios is known to do.
Yeah, they know how to make games beautiful.
That's right. So in Fractured Sky, you've got a number of cards. You've got normal cards, but you've also got these holographic cards.
I think that's part of like this edition also. It's not in all of the editions.
Right, that's what I'm saying. This is in this edition that we have. Keep in mind, there is a protective film on these cards, and IV has graciously put a note in the box to say remove the protective film from both sides. As you see, it can just get it started and peel it off, but it's from both sides of the cards. And look at this.
That's pretty cool.
It's like a holographic card. It actually moves around.
Yeah, I love
That's
it.
pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So there are several different types of cards. You've got public objectives. That's going to be where a starfall is going to land, and starfalls are like victory points, right? You want to be able to collect as many of these starfalls as possible. So one is going to appear in the Molten Moor down here. Notice that this is the 1, 2, 3 player side. Make sure to use the correct side of the board for your player count. You've also got hidden objectives. Over the 5 rounds of the game, you are going to place one of these hidden objectives into slot 1 in round 1, slots 1 and 2 for the second round, 1 through 3 for the third round, and so on. Looks like since it's sitting in a little tray, looks like the light is bouncing off of it, but this is a blue card, which you can see here. So you've also got these objective cards that are going to be here and are going to be revealed at the end of rounds 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So each player is going to get their own tray with detailed minis, and I'm fairly sure these airships are all distinct per player color. Am I correct?
They look different from when you were playing. Yeah.
I believe, yeah, because mine were sort of bulbous and yours are like angular, little, triangular on the wings here. So definitely different sculpts for each of these airships. You also have resource trackers, and everybody has similar looking skimmers and fortresses and markets that they'll get to place onto the board.
You want to show the trays that come in, Michael?
Absolutely, I could do that.
It's pretty cool. It's well organized.
This deluxe edition has trays of the miniatures and these really cool chips. Notice that all the red ones are taken out because that's the ones that I am showing off.
Yeah, the little like bidding poker chips are really cool because they're magnetic.
Yes, so these trays, as you can see, a lot of people have mentioned online that they have a problem getting these on, and when they're on, they can come flying off. You saw I actually had to sort of sort of pry mine away. So I don't think it's as difficult as what a lot of people are leading others to believe. What you do is you just take this to install it. Notice you've got two little tabs here on the end. Those are going to go underneath your tray right here. So all I do is fold up the edges just like so, place it into the grooves, and these two little notches you're just going to slide underneath the tray. And I just hop them into the little tracks on the side. And look, it's even if you accidentally bump this, it's not flying off like a lot of people say. I mean, I'm actually giving this a good little push. It took a good push to knock that completely out. So,
yeah,
I would take those complaints online with a huge grain of salt. That said, I'm going to remove this to show you. You see, I've got to actually pick it up and out from the bottom because it doesn't move because of these little notches here. Anyway,
it's actually clever. I don't know. I liked
agree.
it.
Oh, before I forget, you're also given these art prints that show the 5 different races. So that also
cute.
comes with the deluxe edition. Anyway, notice that I've got these little chips, and they range in value from 0 through 10. The 10 and the 1 are specifically marked, and there's one of every number except for 2 zeros. Now, the really cool thing about it is these airships, you can put them up close to one of these chips and they magnetically seal to the airship, which is pretty awesome because you can just go like that and pick them up. Matter of fact, I could pick up the whole batch if I really wanted to.
That's a bunch of cheating.
I mean, so obviously I will have these randomized on my own tray because I don't want Steph to know where I'm picking up my tokens from. Anyway, with that in mind, so the object of the game is to get as many of these starfalls as possible within 5 rounds. Whoever wins one of these hidden objective cards gets a starfall. Whoever has the most strength in an area where a starfall is going to be, these hidden starfalls, is going to win a starfall. Obviously, there is always one public starfall, and that one is going to be, again, whoever has the most strength in units. Now, what are the strength of these units? Well, these fortresses give +1 strength to adjacent areas. Now, notice these little hex areas on the board. You'll notice that all of these hex areas are 2 hexes in size. It may be a little difficult for you to see on the screen. If I tilt it, you'll see that it's like sort of like spot UV, where the resources and these little hex locations sort of glow. Anyway, you can place those the fortresses and markets on those spots. Notice these spots here in the middle, they connect to 4 different areas. This spot up here connects to this area, and there are little lines that come from these. This connects here, and this connects down here to the desert. So if I put a fortress here, I am giving +1 to my airships in those locations. If I put a market here, I'm going to get extra resources if I have presence in one of those locations. Hey, now this area is filled. Nobody else can place over here. And these are going to stay on the board for the rest of the game. If I need a little bit of extra help on these locations, let's say I have one of my strength 7 airships. Steph doesn't know what it is here in the desert, but I need a little bit extra help. I can put a skimmer out there to give me +1. However, that's going to be temporary. When I'm placing these chips, I can place whichever chips I want. However, among my 3 ships, my value of chips can be no more than 10. So, if I place one here and it's got a little white ring around it, you know I've placed my 1 or my 10, but that means I'm going to have to, if it's my 10, I'm going to have to place my 2 zeros out there. If I place more than 10, I'm going to take a penalty based on how much over 10 I am. So let's say I have a total strength of 13. I have to take 3 off of each and every one of my chips. Probably not something I want to do. So keep that in mind. Now, once I use these chips, they're not gone. I'm going to get these back every single time. So you have 3 resources in the game: gold, and I think it says iron, and wood. Fortresses cost iron. Markets cost a gold and 2 wood. And skimmers cost an iron and a wood. As an action, you are generally going to be doing either building one of these buildings, placing an airship, or peeking at one of these hidden objectives or hidden starfalls. So if I decide to place an airship and I'm the first player to place an airship, I get to peek at one of these hidden objectives. Hey, I know it's not going to be at the Molten Moor, but I'm not telling anybody that. I'm just keeping it right here. The second person to place here is not going to get that benefit because only one person gets to look at one of these cards, assuming one still exists. If I decide to peek at one of these objective cards, it's going to cost me 2 gold. All of these actions, I should say, are on this handy dandy reference. If I want to scout where the hidden objective is, I can pay any 2, if I want to peek, it is any 2 resources. If I want to scout one of the hidden objectives, it costs 2 gold specifically. If I look at one of these hidden starfalls, then I get one of the resources in that island if I want. However, this is where the deduction element comes in on this game. Let's say I look at this. Oh, look, it's the Peaceful Plains. I'm not telling anybody else that. I don't want them to know. I can take a gold or a wood as a resource immediately. But if I do, I'm going to have to put what I took, and that's going to let them know a little bit of information. Steph knows that hidden starfall is on the Creepy Cove, the Peaceful Plains, Dreadful Desert, Careening Cliffs, or Sinister Spires. So ultimately, I am trying to figure out where those starfalls are going to be and have the most power in those regions. There are various tiebreakers that you will use. Generally, it is whoever is earliest in turn order. Keep in mind, if you have an AI player, then they are going to potentially have a lot of power on the board. Make sure to follow the section in the rule book that is that talks about all of the AI rules if you are playing with 1 or 2 players. Steph and I did play with an AI player, and they basically, you just roll over one of their cards and do whatever it says on that card. Ultimately, after you have played your 3rd airship, your turn is over. You're going to move your marker to one of the 3 available turn spots. If you take the last spot, you're going to get a free gold for it, but you're also going to lose all of the tiebreakers on the board. Once everyone has passed, you're going to find out the relative strengths on the board, find out where all the hidden starfalls are, score your hidden objective, lather, rinse, and repeat for 5 rounds, and whoever wins the most starfalls wins. There are exactly 25 starfalls in the game, which should be enough to get you through the entire game, with 5 for objectives, 5 for the publics, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 15 hidden ones. Steph beat me, and the AI also beat me, so I am not good at this game at all. I believe it was 12 to 7 to 5 with one Starfall left unclaimed on the board.
Yep. I do think it's probably going to be a better experience with 3 or more people, but there is that solo mode for those who don't often play, well, you know, with more people. But
the AIs are super challenging. I mean, they're
definitely going to pose a challenge to you. That's for sure. And you can play on varying levels of difficulty with that as well. So
for sure.
Yeah, definitely an Ivy Studio top-notch game like you would expect it to be. So check it out.
That is Fractured Skies from Ivy Studios.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed this game overview and you want to see more just like it, come find us on YouTube. Just search for Board Gamer Steph. Or even better, you can join us live on twitch.tv/BoardGamerSteph, where we stream on every Wednesday and Sunday night at 5 p.m. Central, and we bring you 3 games or more every single stream. So come join us on Twitch, where we play all the games.
And for those on Twitch, we'll be right back.